European Truck Racing Championship weekend is here at the Nürburgring. The tradition-steeped circuit venue for the 32nd Truck Grand Prix is the highlight of the year for many truck racing fans. They flock to the Eifel region every year and make the weekend really special. The fight for the title is at the centre of attention this weekend, a battle between Adam Lachko, Steffi Halm and Jochen Hahn.
The pressure you make itself.
The goal, like always, is to win races and to have podiums.
It's not easy, and we will see.
Will Adam Lachko, the Czech ace who is the overall leader, be quick enough to prevail against his two German pursuers?
When I'm leading or not, it doesn't matter because we have only two racing weekend behind us and all the season in front of us. And I would like, again, so much point what is possible bring from the Nürburgring.
Will Steffi Halm match her competitors' pace once more and annoy last year's dominant drivers at least a little?
I was second in the championship, but I knew that Adam would come in Misano. Then Jochen got some problems and I stay on second place. It's fantastic for me, but I know that it's a long way and many races to go and many drivers want to be on that position. So it will be a really, really hard fight.
Jochen Hahn had technical problems with his new Evento truck in Italy. Will he cut the gap to Lachko and Halm in his home race?
Last race, we calculate the points. In the moment nobody have the stress to stay in front. We cannot say Adam, he is the champion. For sure, you say before, 3 drivers, but from my side we are more drivers than 3 who fight for the championship.
The overall standings after 2 out of 9 race weekends. Adam Lachko leading Steffi Halm and Jochen Hahn third. It's a very special weekend for Gert Körber. He started his successful career at the Nürburgring exactly 30 years ago, and he was honoured appropriately, of course.
Europameister. Wir sind sehr, sehr happy, dass du nach wie vor mit uns dabei bist. Herzlichen Glückwunsch von uns allen.
I had one nice moment with, with the own-built truck Phoenix MAN. I was a German master here. I win every races. I win the go and stop. So I win the whole weekend, everything. And also with the MANs and with the Sisus and with the Bagheeras, I win every race. So I had a really good thinking moments about the Nürburgring, but also very bad weekends. You know, when you have some crashes there, the pressure is high for everybody.
How will Mr. Truck Racing cope with the pressure this year and celebrate strong results to go with his milestone? David Wrzecki contests his first race this season. The Czech Bagheera driver, who was struggling with a back problem last year, is supposed to support his teammate Adam Lachko in the fight for the title.
Now it's the first race and I'm trying if it's okay or not, and we will see. Now I'm surviving, then it's okay.
Andre Kurzin is lying second in the Promoters' Cup. The young German driver in number 42 is in striking distance to the man who sprang a surprise on the first 2 weekends, Jose Rodriguez from Portugal, who sealed his first FIA ETRC victory at the Red Bull Ring.
I'm on the second place, that's right. At the moment, everything is okay. Rodriguez is a little bit slower than me, and I hope I can get the first place this weekend.
The grid is always packed in Germany. This year, 21 trucks are registered for the championship. Besides the established drivers, there are 9 so-called race-by-race drivers. The most well-known of them is Anthony Janik. The Frenchman contests the race for the Lion Truck Racing team. The First qualifying, the first super pole for race 1, is staged on Friday afternoon due to the packed schedule. A strong Jochen Hahn seals pole position, boasting a 1 minute 54.715 second lap time. He's 1500ths clear of 2015 champion Norbert Kisch, who is 1,000th quicker than Antonio Albafetti. That means the Spanish driver will start third on the grid.
When you go past the last years, it's every time it's the first and the second sector, it's my sector, and the third sector it's from somebody. So we know this, and it's my style. So my style it's for more round, and you know it's the Mercedes arena. And with the chicane, I don't know. Every time I have problems with chicanes.
So it's not the Jochen Hahn chicane.
No, but the good point is the chicane is not possible to overtake when you have a good corner before. So from this side, doesn't matter for the race.
Saturday morning and race 1, and the conditions in the Eifel region are rainy and windy. The track is wet. Jochen Hahn is on pole position, and Norbert Kisch from Budapest lines up alongside him. The second row, Antonio Albafetti starting from third. The Spanish driver just 1,000th of a second slower than Kisch. Adam Lachko starts fourth, billed as the favourite for the race. The Czech, a proven rain specialist.
You know, Adam in the past, it's on the wet condition, it's unbelievable fast. So the only thing what we can do is to hold him and look to go before him on the start-finish line. That's it.
13 laps are scheduled over the 3.629 kilometre short variant of the circuit. Due to the rain and the very wet track, an additional lap behind the pace truck is added, as is another lap with yellow flags before the race is finally declared underway. Jochen Hahn is in the lead, followed by Kisch, Lachko and Albafetti. A battle between 3, sometimes 4 drivers at the head of the field is going to be packed with action. The reigning champion retains the lead in the first 6 laps. Jochen Hahn's plans work out. Kisch and Lachko fail to pass the race leader, and they are busy battling amongst themselves. Even in the Wiedol chicane, where the German usually struggles, his pursuers fail to pass him, as can be seen from Lachko's onboard view. Norbert Kisch stages the decisive manoeuvre on lap 8. His Mercedes truck passes race leader Jochen Hahn in the Mercedes arena. Hahn retained that leading position for a long time, but finally had to give way. Exactly 1 lap later, this Antonio Albafetti's onboard view. Adam Lachko appears to have watched the manoeuvre on the previous lap. He passes Hahn for second place at exactly the same spot. At the end of lap 9, Lachko passes Norbert Kisch, taking the lead. It's a great battle going on up front, with Lachko now the man in charge. The race order on the left demonstrates the thrilling fight for the podium.
I know where is Norby slower, and I try before many times, but every time there is a Jochen, and Jochen little bit break Norby, and it's like a chain reaction. Now when we are alone, it's possible, and I try, and I did it.
Jochen Hahn has to push to his limits to stay ahead of Albafetti and retain third place. He gives it everything, racing at its best by both Hahn and Albafetti. Milestone man Gert Kurber is lying 10th in the battle for 9th with Andre Curzim. Jose Rodriguez, the Portuguese driver in the yellow and blue truck number 14, is lurking behind them. Kurber fighting for championship points, whereas Curzim and Rodriguez are aiming for the Promoters' Cup victory. Curzim goes ahead of Kurber, but the German driver isn't taking it lying down. Gert Kurber creates a gap to his two pursuers in the closing stages, sealing 9th. Rodriguez passes Andre Curzim on the last lap at the end of the start-finish straight. The young German not only loses the victory, but also crucial points in the Promoters' Cup. Adam Lachko is in the last few metres of the race. The Czech takes the flag 3 seconds ahead of Norbert Kisch. Jochen Hahn finishes 3rd, followed by Alberthetti and Janik. Adam Lachko and the Bagheera team wrap up the victory in the first race on Saturday. The Czech once again demonstrates his outstanding quality in wet conditions. Behind the top 3, Antonio Alberthetti, Sascha Lenz and Anthony Janik, who incurred a 10-second penalty for speeding. They're followed by Steffi Halm and Gert Kurber, who finishes 8th due to a penalty against Rashetsky.
For us, for driver and also for the spectators, it's a really nice race because we're fighting a lot until maybe 3 or 4 laps before the finish. And I'm very happy with this because nice race.
Adam Lachko tops the podium following a strong display in the rain, as usual.
We had some 3 wide with Adam, Johan, me, myself and Adam on the right. And things like that. Even Adam overtake me once, but I could come right back into 2nd place. So that was really good. And then finally I overtook Johan, got some laps in the lead, but wasn't fast enough to keep Adam behind.
A boisterous podium ceremony after Adam Lachko took the maximum 20 points. As usual, there's a lot of action off the track at the Nürburgring. Tradition has it that many families visit the Eifel region for the Truck Grand Prix. It's a blend of motorsport, fairground, music and being up close and personal with the fans that has made this event so exceptional for more than 3 decades. Representatives of the automotive and the supplier sector, but also truckers and country fans flock to the Eifel region.
For
32 years ago, before the first event, a colleague called me and said, I read in the ADAC magazine there's a truck race. You're so fond of trucks and so on. I asked, where? At the Nürburgring. I asked, when? Next weekend. I said, I'll go there. And the atmosphere here, everyone's normal, unlike in the Formula 1, you know? A different crowd, more normal. You can go anywhere here, approach the drivers, examine the trucks, have a beer. It's wonderful. It's the 32nd time and we haven't missed a single one yet. The fans are back in the stands to see the US truck parade, the historic trucks and the many, many road trucks. Reverse grid order and a grid walk on Saturday afternoon. The starting grid is a hive of bustle and activity. Both a brass band and pole sitter Gert Kurber are part of it. The rain just came to an end, so the track is drying.
It will be not so good for us, why we had a real rain setting now in the truck, and when it's going drier and drier, then I think we get in
Steffi Halm, who struggled with her Rheinert racing truck in race 1, lines up alongside Gert Kurber on the front row. Frenchman Anthony Janik is 3rd and Sascha Lenz 4th on the 2nd row. The young German is a local hero. A total of 115,000 fans flocked to the circuit over the 4 days despite the bad weather. At the start of race 2, leader Gert Kurber is on the inside. Behind him, Janik, Halm and Lenz side by side. It's extremely hard for the drivers of these 1,000 plus horsepower trucks to get through the first few corners as the slightest of touches may cause them to spin. And it happens. Yannick, who almost passed Steffi Halm, is slightly pushed. The Frenchman leaves the track but regains control of his truck, returning in 5th position. A brilliant recovery from the man from Metz, who is about to make an incredible comeback. Adam Lachko passes Jochen Hahn on lap 3. The Czech Bagheera Freightliner driver is once more extremely strong in wet conditions. Even a European champion fails to match his pace. Anthony Yannick passes Steffi Halm at the Vidal chicane. He's lying 4th now and getting closer to Jochen Hahn. The next lap in the same place, Adam Lachko overtakes Gert Kurber on the outside at the Mercedes arena. The Czech makes the most of his superior traction, taking the lead. Lap 6, Yannick ahead of Hahn stages an attack against Gert Kurber. The French MAN driver shines with an incredible manoeuvre on the brakes. Kurber is without a chance. Yannick passes for 2nd, an incredible performance after his spin on lap 1. The same lap, battle for 7th between Brzezinski, Alberthetti and Kish. Brzezinski and Alberthetti collide at the exit of the Mercedes arena, slide to the right and hit Norbert Kish. The Hungarian, who almost passed his 2 rivals, is very unlucky. Following the collision between Brzezinski and Alberthetti, Kish's wheel rim and Alberthetti's right front wheel are left on a tilt.
We touch a little bit that David goes sideways, and then we go to the middle of the road, and Kish, I think he didn't have enough room to pass, so it's a shame for the 3 of us, you know, because it was a racing incident.
The Spaniard retires after his right front tyre burst.
I see them coming, but I thought that I can pass because I had so much speed advantage on the exit compared to them. But unfortunately not. Antonio just clipped the rear of my truck, and I got flying and turned around.
Norbert Kish continues the race despite a suspension problem and a knock to his wheel rim. He finishes 9th, taking 2 championship points. Brzezinski finishes 15th. The race becomes a quieter affair now. But out of the last corner comes Adam Lachko, who crosses the finishing line more than 10 seconds clear of Anthony Yannick. Gert Kurber is another 7 seconds behind in 3rd. Mr. Truck Racing seals a podium finish to mark his milestone.
For me, it was clear that I can't win this race. But it was also I was not confident to be 3rd. So Lachko, he drives his own races in the rain. We know this.
Adam Lachko wraps up his 2nd victory, taking 10 crucial championship points. Jochen Hahn 4th and Steffi Halm 5th, drop behind in the overall standings. But it was a great drive in the rain from Anthony Yannick.
The raining, it's for me, it's for my truck. I'm very happy. It's optimal for me, optimal for my team, for my staff.
The fans are happy, flocking to Mühlenbach-Schleifer on Saturday evening. Usually Formula 1 drivers fight for positions here, but on Saturday it's given over to the truckers' camp, a hotspot for all fans when it comes to parties. Tom Astor is part of it, of course. He's not just any old artist, he's the leading German country singer. Tom Astor is brilliant. He's an essential part of it. You can forget the Grand Prix if Tom isn't here. And all of that is followed by an impressive firework display. The Nürburgring on Sunday lunchtime. Norbert Kish will be starting from P1, his first pole position since Nogaro last year. Jochen Hahn lines up alongside the Hungarian on the front row, only 5 thousandths slower than weatherman Norbert Kish.
It depends on the weather, and it depends on the start itself, you know, and on the first couple of turns, you know. If I can come out in front in the first couple of turns, then I think I can win.
Antonio Albacete and Adam Lachko will be starting from third and fourth, just like yesterday. Tension for the teams in the pit lane shortly before the third race of the weekend. The race underway. No fewer than 4 trucks race alongside each other on the start-finish straight. The exit to the Mercedes arena proves it was always destined to end badly. On board with Sasha Lentz, who had a very good getaway. Albacete spins, Lentz can't avoid a collision and hits the barrier. I suddenly saw Antonio lose control and considered what to do. I went to the right and we crashed at that point, Antonio coming from the left. We couldn't avoid it, I braked, I was at the back of the field after it, trying to fight my way up the order.
Und habe mich dann versucht, wieder nach vorne zu kämpfen.
Norbert Kish is in the lead, followed by Lachko and Hahn, the usual suspects. But Kish makes a mistake, sliding into the gravel trap at the entry to the start-finish straight and rejoins fourth.
Just a little bit, and my front left tire went into the gravel, and there was no grip anymore, and I couldn't stay in. So very, very small mistake, but big cost, because I lost like 3 or 4 places. And then, yeah, okay, I could come back to second place.
Jochen Hahn plays fair on lap 5. He lets Kish pass in the link section of the short version of the track. Yannick is lurking. The Frenchman passes Hahn for third place on lap 6. Steffi Halm, who struggled with the rain over the whole weekend, fails to keep pace with the head of the field. She's lying 5th ahead of Andre Curzin and will finish 6th. Adam Lachko is alone at the head of the field, significantly ahead of his pursuers, turning in another brilliant display in the Eifel region. Jochen Hahn is struggling. He makes a mistake and skids off the track, maybe due to oil on the tarmac. Andre Curzin, ahead of Steffi Halm now, is lying 4th. Halm in the blue truck is put under pressure by Vrshetsky, who soon passes her. Irving Klein-Nagelvoort makes the same mistake as Jochen Hahn at the same place. The Dutchman hits the tyre wall. Adam Lachko wraps up his 3rd victory at the Nürburgring this weekend, taking the flag well ahead of Norbert Kish and Anthony Yannick. The other drivers are almost 1 minute behind. Andre Curzin finishes 4th following a strong display. Halm 6th, Hahn 7th after his mistake towards the end of the race. Jose Rodriguez finishes 10th.
It's my best result in the FIA Truck Racing Championship, and yes, it's unbelievable. We're very happy with the result. The condition was very difficult for us, but for everybody, and no, we're on the first place, and everybody's okay, yes.
Curzin is speaking of the Promoters' Cup. He seals his 2nd victory in the Cup at the Nürburgring and is only 5 points short of Jose Rodriguez now. Adam Lachko is at least as happy after winning 3 out of 3 races. It's been a great weekend for the Czech driver.
On the wet condition it's okay, but after it's coming a lot of diesel or oil to the circuit, and it's on the ice skating, because it's everywhere it's on the limit and everywhere it's tough. And I'm very happy. I finish, I don't make mistake, and I on the 1st position.
In fact, Adam Lachko has rarely been this happy. It's been a great weekend for him. Everyone's ready for race 4, but then sweepers have to be deployed due to a leakage from a vehicle in a support series. An unknown liquid spread all over the tarmac and couldn't be removed in the short time available, despite everyone's best efforts. The race officials are forced to make a very tough decision.
To clean it and clear it will probably take 2 or 3 days. We tried our best, ADAC tried their best, but we have to reach a decision, and on the grounds of safety I invited 3 drivers to just have a look at it with me, just to confirm my thoughts, and that my thoughts were it's not safe to race, so we've abandoned.
The drivers completely agreed with the race director.
We are all sad about this, you know. No, it's not a normal thing, but I think it was the right decision.
They say that we are expecting some more rain, and in the rain it would be really, really dangerous.
It's impossible to drive safe, and it's a good decision to say no, cancel and stop.
The best driver of the weekend is presented with a special trophy as a conclusion to the weekend. Not a hard decision this year. Adam Lachko is the truck master Germany. There are no changes at the top of the overall standings. However, Lachko has extended his lead over Steffi Halm to 46 points. Jochen Hahn is lying third, only 1 point short of Halm. The FIA ETRC next visits the Slovakia ring. The series visits the circuit for the first time. It's going to be action all the way.